Well, welcome to Sty Times, guys. Here we are. Oh my gosh, it's March 15th for crying out loud. Yeah, halfway through the month of March already. Wow. Wow. I got to shout out the folks that have been over there popping into the chat right away at the front end of the show. We had Eileen Ballou. She showed up about a half hour early to say, I'm here. Eileen. And we've got, oh gosh, we've got Chasing the Reaper. Hello, hello, James. And we got everything spicy. Make sure to hit that thumbs up and share out the live. There you go. Yeah, share it out. Share it out. Have your friends come on over. Have your friends come on over and hang out with us for an hour. And we got Kirk Whipper Voyager Center Tim. He's in the house. It's awesome to see him. Buddy Weiser, attention. All old farts, please report to Sty Times website. Thank you. Hey, even the young, not the kids, but the young. And the young in heart, right? Right. And we've got Gowani just popped in the house. Awesome. Good to see you. It's great to see you guys. And yes, as has been the norm for the last little over a week. At the top of the chat, it's pinned. There's a link to Get Her Done Granny's GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is doing fairly well. So please, if you have $1 or $2 and you can spare it, help out Get Her Done Granny. She's got a long, hard road to hoe. I mean, it's going to be a tough ride for her to get whole again after losing her home to a major fire. Um, so hopefully we can help Get Her Done Granny out. And Eileen is out there dropping that GoFundMe in the chat every once in a while so that it's easy for you guys to find. So that's great. That'll be up there throughout the whole show. Okay. This evening's topic. No experience, all the answers. I could, and I'm going to be careful to not rant about this because I can easily go off on a rant on this issue. And it's been a pet peeve of mine almost all my life. And again, I learned so much from my elders when I was a kid. And one thing I was taught was don't be a know-it-all. You don't want to be a little know-it-all because you don't. No matter how much you think you know it all, you don't. None of us in this world know it all. We don't. Many of us at times think we do. But that's really not true. We don't. We don't know it all. My one grandfather told me, he says, you don't know it all until you've experienced it. You don't know anything firsthand with any true concrete knowledge until you've experienced it yourself. Now, I've gotten into tons of arguments with people over this, and they go, well, no, I'm very well book learned, and I tell you what, I know an awful lot of facts. I've got a lot of answers. Secondhand answers are not firsthand answers. Where's the experience? I got it right out of the book. Where did that book get the experience? Where did the author of the book get the experience? You know how many books are written that are second, third, fifth sixth hand information, and they say, that's it right there. There's your answer. Well, how many times out ago was that? Does that answer come from? So you're telling me you have the answer when actually you have this person's answer, which was that person's answer, and that person's answer, and that person way the hell back there somewhere's answer. That's your answer. You have all the answers? None of us do. None of us do. None of us do. If we all had the answer, I see Cheesehead Chris jump in. He says, I know Sty is a crabby curmudgeon. That's my buddy. Yeah, I'm just an old curmudgeon. Now, she said he had the answer to that. You know why he had the answer to that? And why you can count on that? It's because he has experience, first-hand experience. We were out at camp together, and I was grumpy, and he goes, oh, you old curmudgeon. And he's been calling me a curmudgeon ever since. He's got the answer as to why Sty is a curmudgeon. Only because he has first-hand experience, not because he heard about it, but because he was there. He experienced it. So to tell poor Cheesehead, you're wrong. You know, Sty is not a curmudgeon. Cheesehead sitting there going, well, how can you say that? I was there firsthand. I seen him be a curmudgeon. And that's the answer. I don't have all the answers, but I got an answer to that because I've got experience. I've seen it. Sty is an old curmudgeon. And I have to admit, I can be. Yes, Mr. Fulton, you don't have to keep repasting it. I read it. The whole idea. Now, when I was growing up, yeah, you know, today people say, oh, yeah, that person's got all the answers. Now, I got a separate show on what I'm going to say next, but I'm going to just touch on it here. The fact checkers of the world. Man, we got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fact checkers. There's all kinds of them out there. You could be in a conversation, sitting in a room with people. You'd be in a conversation. Nobody gives a hoot about the facts. Nobody's there looking for answers. You're just having a conversation. And somebody will say something. All of a sudden, there you go. Somebody goes, No, you know what you said? That ain't right. I got it right here. This is what it is. And blah, 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 blah. And you're like, who in the hell invited your phone into our conversation? Well, this is the facts. No, it's not. It's your frickin' phone. I'll throw that some bitch out the window. People's friendly conversations don't need to be attacked by fact checking. Fact checkers and people that have all the answers. There was a title for them 50 years ago when I was growing up. Know-it-all. Oh, you're just a know-it-all. When I was growing up, Man, oh man, if you had too many answers in a row, sometimes it's best keep your mouth shut. Because if you had too many answers to things in a row, you get tagged. Know it all. You're just a dang little know it all. Nobody likes a know it all. Well, it's not that you don't like a person because they seem to be a know it all. It's that they're irritating. It becomes irritating. And you can be in the highest spirits, and be speaking about something and have someone jump in and say, "Oh, you want some answers to that? I know." And you're like, "I wasn't looking for answers. I was just talking." And all of a sudden they're all over you about what it is, and they've got all the answers to that. Me, when a person does that to me, the very, very first thing it triggers is, oh my Lord, do they have experience in that? Listen to them. They got all the answers. They must have experienced it personally. I watched one situation where there was a group of people sitting around. They're all between, say, 50 and 70 years old. Is a little group of people, older folks. And this one guy, he goes, "Oh my gosh, I've got this pain back here in my back. Oh, I got this pain back here." You want to find out all the answers, do that when you're my age in front of a bunch of other old folk. Oh, there's a pain back here. All of a sudden, you get all the answers. You didn't ask for the answers. You just said, "I got a pain back here. I don't know what it is." You may not even care what the answer is, but boy, you're getting it. All of a sudden, somebody says, "Well, that's plain and simple. That's the first horse out of the gate. Plain and simple. You're old. That's why that hurts back there like that. You're old." I never asked for that damn answer because I know I'm old. I'm experiencing it. Then somebody says, "Oh no, that's your kidneys. Oh, you better look out. I bet you got bad kidneys. You're going to end up on dialysis." Why do you think that? Well, that's the answer to that pain back there. I know. You do? Oh my God. And somebody else jumps in and says, "No, no, 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 no. It's worse than that. That's the first sign of some kind of cancer or something going on back there." Oh my gosh, no, I got cancer. I just got the answer. That's why for me, it triggers. You've got experience in that? First of all, how the hell do you know that this pain? Somebody says, "Oh, I do have experience in that." Because you ask them, "How the hell do you know that?" "Well, I've got experience. I had that pain like that back here. It was my kidneys." "Well, how do you know it's this pain?" "Can you feel my pain? Can you feel it?" You know, if my pain is the same as your pain was, then maybe it's kidneys. "Oh no, I bet it's kidneys. I'm telling you, I got the answers." I love it. Just seeing a vanilla gorilla, thousands of them out there. Yes, yes. Uh, I have seen it so many times that I've gotten to the point where when someone starts telling me how it is and they got all the answers, I want to hear about their experiences. Really? I always go, "Really? When did you experience that?" Right? Now, And I hate to use it as an example because the poor girl is going through hell right now. And that's get her done, Granny. And there's a lot of folks that have said, oh, I know what you're going through. But some of them that said, I know what you're going through, never once mentioned, I had the exact same thing happen. Had the same thing happen. Lost my home to fire, lost everything. Fortunately, my family was unscathed. I lost pets just like you did. I lost vehicles just like you did. So I know how you feel. So unfair, so unfair. It's not unfair to say, I can only imagine what you're going through. Because that's true. That's true. That's honest. Imagining something isn't knowing, and it's not, you don't have all the answers because it's in your imagination. You're imagining yourself in that situation and how you might feel, and you're trying to be sympathetic to the person that's suffering. You don't say, oh, I know exactly how you feel. Now, I have, in my life, in some very, very hard and critical moments in my life, had people come up to me and say, oh, Sty, I know exactly how you feel. I damn near take your teeth out. Get a little closer. I'll take your teeth out. Don't you dare tell me you know exactly how I feel unless you back it up with some experience. Because it would be that bad or that tragic of a moment that I knew doggone well that if you haven't experienced this, you haven't a clue. You haven't a clue because I didn't have a clue, not a single clue until it happened to me. Then I had experience. Now I know. And if somebody tells me that, and I listen to them, and they say I had this, this, and this happen, and I go boom, boom, boom. Man, they're in the exact same boat I was in. I can I can honestly say to them, I believe I know how you feel. And here's why. And explain to them why you feel you understand and that you may have recovered in a certain way. And you can say, I don't know that this is the answer, but this is what I was able to do. That's honest. That's being honest. But to tell somebody, you know what you have to do? You have to do this, 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 and this. And then you say to them, well, that sounds like good advice, but how do you know that's what I have to do? Oh, I know. I know. Well, do you have experience in that? Well, no, that's not the issue. The issue is I've got the answers. Well, that is the issue is you got the answers. That's like me going to a fish market to buy apples. And you go there and they got a big sign out front that says, we have apples. And you walk in and you look around and you go, I'm not buying apples from them. All they sell is fish. That's how contrasting it is when a person tries to sell themselves off as having all the answers without any experience. No experience, but all the answers. Now I see it. I see it quite often. Um, the yeah, I see the folks out there. Uh, will I agree? Being honest gets you further in the further in life than telling a lie. Oh yeah, telling lies is just that's a that's an unending battle. Don't ever get yourself in that muddy trap. Yeah, yeah. Unless you got a photographic memory, boy, you can't be lying. I just I'm a poor liar because I people can tell. the It's hard to remember a lie, easy to remember the truth. Now, a couple words might change or something in describing the truth, but that doesn't change the truth. But a lie, you got to remember that lie perfectly. And it's hard to do because a lie has been made up. It's not real. It's fake. It's fake. It's artificial. Now, with folks that have all the answers but have no experience, they're not liars. They don't realize that what they're saying may not be true. They don't realize that in themselves. So they're not liars because they're not fabricating. Typically, people that the old title, know-it-alls, typically they're just repeating something that they've heard or seen, but never actually experienced, right? Buddy says, now I know not to listen to you, Sty. Thanks. Oh, yeah, thank you, buddy. the Hey, nobody's requiring you to listen to me, buddy. You're here on your own accord. I don't require anybody to listen to me. There's only one person I can recall in my whole life where I said, you are going to hear me out. You're going to listen to me. Don't walk away. Listen. And I divorced her 5 years ago. So uh, I have a real, like I said, having the answers without experience is, like I said, one of my pet peeves. Yeah, buddy, I know. I know. You can't, you, yeah. Anyway, because it's a real pet peeve, it kind of stands out to me when someone loves to correct people that haven't even taken a position. I mean, there's nothing worse than you say, "Oh yeah, the other day I was walking down the sidewalk and I saw this, and this," and somebody goes, oh no, no, no," or you say, "I was on the bus the other day and I heard someone say such and such a thing." "Oh no, 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 no." How in the hell do you know? Were you there? Did you experience it? How dare you even use the word no to me for making a comment? You're challenging my credibility like that? Boy, don't start a sentence off with no, no, no. With me, don't do it because you'll never be talking to my ass again unless it's across the street, yelling across, because I ain't going to get near you. You stay the heck away from me. Don't you challenge my credibility. I don't challenge yours. Don't challenge mine with a stupid comment like, no, that ain't right. What? Were you there? I didn't see you there. How the hell can you tell me that ain't right? Because I know I got the answers. Yeah, you got the answers. You ain't got, and that's it. Is There's people, it's like a backpack and it's full of answers. But the backpack looks brand new because that backpack hasn't seen any experience. I run into it in the outdoors with outdoors folks, you know. Now, I had clients and I taught wilderness skills, primitive skills. And we had a questionnaire they had to fill out before they came to camp. And now I had clients that would fill out that questionnaire and they'd say, oh, I know how to this, I know how to that, I know this. I think that's so that they thought they could skip those parts of the course and they're going to try to make their visit to our camp just a vacation. Well, no, I didn't care if you if you were one of the world's top of the line bushcrafters and you showed up at our camp, you're going to follow the curriculum exactly the way it's written, just like everybody else. Well, they'd get to camp and I'd look at their paperwork and I'd go, oh, okay, that's the person there that they know this and they know this. They got the answers to that. Boy, I target them right away. Hey, I saw in your entry paperwork that you're already skilled in the bow drill. Whip us up a bow drill, would you? I want to see it done. Well, no, you're the instructor. You should be showing it. No. You said I get the paperwork's back at Base Camp 10. I'll show it to you what you said. You said that you've mastered the bow drill. I want to see it done. Well, no, I paid to see you do it. No, you paid to come here and learn how to do it, but you said you already know how to do it. So I want to see it. Well, no, I'll do it with everybody else. They had all the damn answers until they were pushed to prove up the experience, right? And there you go, Buddy Weiser. He's just, yeah. I've got a whole another Sty Times called Smartphones, Dumb Kids. Buddy, you'll love that one. You'll love that one. Uh-huh. Yep, smartphones, dumb kids. The you know, and that's it is my own children, they knew. Oh, wait a minute, guys. I'm going to take our break right now, and then I'll get into that. We're just coming up on the halfway point, and I got to shout out my channel members. I got to do that every show at the halfway mark, and we'll get right back on the topic. This only takes a little bit over a minute. I'll see you in just a moment. There we go. Now that's one thing I know. those are some wonderful folks. Those members are awesome folks. That I have an answer to. What are those people that are members like? I can tell you. They're all great folks. They're all wonderful. They're all wonderful. I have an answer to that. Hey, back on this whole experience versus all the answers. Sometimes having the answer to something is not necessary. That we're surrounded by all the answers all the time. Somebody's got an answer to every single thing you say. Whether you have a question or not, somebody's got an answer for whatever you said. You have to learn, actually, to shut out a lot of the answers. Because are they that important? Because so often an answer is not needed. It's not needed. There was an occasion on YouTube here. I misstated something. Now I don't like the term misspoke because you might have been misinformed and you accidentally misstated something. People will do that. Yeah, I was born in 1957 is what you meant to say. And it comes out, yeah, when I was born in 1857, they're going to jump all over you for that, you know. Does it matter? Everybody in the world knows damn well you weren't born in 1857. I mean, and you go, oops, no, 1957. Get a laugh out of it and leave it go. But there's going to be some clown out there that's going to say, well, you know, back in 1857, this happened on this day and this and that. And that. Got all the answers, but they're not necessary because we couldn't give a damn about 1857. The person just misstated the year. So let it go. Let it go. I like that, Eileen. I don't know. She says, I don't know nothing. The other night we're on the stream and all of us were going because Samantha had said the e-waste mic. I don't know. So we're all going, I don't know. Every time somebody asks this question, I don't know. Chuck, wow, 1857. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Chuck. I forgot that. I shouldn't have brought up your birth year. I got all the answers. The Buddy Weiser says I was fighting the British in North Carolina mountains. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know what they say. They keep saying that my kindergarten picture is on the Great Pyramid. So, yeah, Chuck, you're 2 years older than me. Yeah. Well, I'm at the stage old is old is old is old. You know. So how old can you get? I don't know. They didn't give me an expiration date. So I don't know how old I'll get, you know. I might not get any older, you know. Somebody out there's got the answer, though. I'm sure somebody out there would gladly tell me how long I'm going to live, you know. And they don't have a freaking clue. Because they're probably only 30 years old. And they're going to tell this old guy how long he's going to live, you know. Unless they're going to come push me down the stairs, right? And then they could say, I knew he was only going to live to be 64 because they have experience. They pushed me down the stairs and made sure of it. There is nothing. I love book knowledge, man. I'm a reader. I read all the time, and I love documentaries, historical stuff. In fact, late last night I was watching a different documentary on Egypt that I've never seen, and I found it pretty interesting. I don't know if I agreed with all of it, but I found it pretty interesting because it was, again, one of those shows. They got all the answers, but they slip in those little words. We believe that they may have. It's all speculation because they weren't there. They didn't experience it. When they start talking about, oh, they acted this way, they acted that way, they did this, and they made their dinners like this. And you look at it and it's just crumbled up gravel that they're looking in. And they got all these details of how it was in that household. But they didn't even pop up with one good piece of pottery or anything. It's all speculation. They don't have all the answers, but they're afraid to admit the fact that they don't have all the answers. And it's a more than likely, it's not a I got the answer. Because they can't turn the clock back 3,500 years and say, I know it. I was there. I was there. How long is a piece of string? What color was a dinosaur? That's yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Boy, don't go there. What color was a dinosaur? Oh yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. They've proven now there are all these bright colors and this and that. They've theorized they're this. They have not proven it, guys. Come on. They don't have the experience to see it, to know it for certain. It's man's very best guess. And I'll give it credibility. They use as much science as they can to come up with that theory. So I'll give it some credibility. But I wouldn't give it any credibility if I had never heard it or seen any information on it. And some guy walked up to me on the street and I'd never heard nothing about it. Walked up to me and said, hey, did you know dinosaurs were this color, this color? They're all these different bright colors. And say what? Boy, you got all the answers when it comes to dinosaurs. Guess what? I got all the I don't give a shit pills in the world because I don't care. I don't care. But if you came up to me and said, I'm not crapping you, boy. I just come down the block. I seen a dinosaur down there. I'd be going, say what? I seen a dinosaur. Firsthand, I seen him. I would probably ask myself first, he sure seems to have experience in it. He looks like he's seen a dinosaur. Should I go down and check it out? Maybe I'll walk down there a ways and see if I can see a dinosaur. Now, if I walk down there and there's no sign of no dinosaur, I'd go away skeptical, saying, I don't know. Boy, that guy, he sure believed he's seen a dinosaur. And he didn't give me all the answers. He didn't tell me all the different colors it was or anything else. He just said, there's a dinosaur down there. I just seen a dinosaur. That's all he seen was a damn dinosaur. Okay. He's not bothering me with all the answers. He's just telling me something. So, get her done, Granny. What has your balls in an uproar? No, we're talking about how some folks have all the answers, but they don't have any experience. They don't have any experience. I knew a fella personally that he was terrible about it too. I mean, Get her done. Granny saw a purple people eater once. Okay. See, and that's it. That's it. Is when people pop things off at you and they got answers for everything, chuckle at them to the best you can. But if it gets to the point where they're questioning with their answers your credibility, stand your ground and just say, you know what? I'd prefer if you kept your answers to yourself because you're questioning my credibility and you just gave me the one answer I needed, and that's about your credibility. You're not very credible when you're going to take another person and destroy their credibility with answers that aren't yours. And no, that's the thing is people with all the answers so often. Yeah, you've all heard it, you know. I've witnessed it. I've experienced it. That one person comes to you and says, and it can be any topic. That I'll just use for an example. Oh, did you hear about that car wreck down there on the corner down there? And you say, yeah, I did. And they go, well, you know, that guy, he was drunk and he had 5 people in the car and he had, and they got all the answers about the car wreck, right? And you go, oh my gosh, oh Lord, you saw that? Well, no, but I know. I got the answers. I know. And you go, well, how'd you get all those answers if you didn't see it? Well, my cousin's sister-in-law has this girlfriend whose boyfriend works at this garage, and their truck driver towed that wrecked car into the garage, and he talked to people that were around the scene checking stuff out, and that's what they all told him. So I know this is what happened. And you're like, huh, yeah, okay. So your cousin's sister-in-law's girlfriend's boyfriend, who knows a guy at a garage that was out at the scene towing away the car, has all the answers about the whole wreck. There's no credibility in that. Doesn't the person that's giving you those answers realize how they set themselves up for you to lose your faith in any of their credibility? It goes back to the crying wolf situation. They didn't give you any information, any answers through experience. It was all hearsay. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. It's all hearsay. But they got the answers. Yeah, John's life, yeah. I'm sure you do. I believe all of us, in one point or another, somewhere in our life, we have people that we have to deal with that are like that. And that's why earlier I was saying we need to turn off those answers and just say, let them give me the answers, but I ain't listening. I ain't listening. Get her done. Granny saying, yeah, according to a neighbor down the street, there wasn't a man living in our house. According to her, they took one of the girls to the hospital. Guess who walked down and told her what for? I wonder who. That's right. Oh, yeah, they got all the answers. They got all the answers. They weren't there. They weren't there. They didn't need to be. I don't need to be there because I got all the answers. Yeah. I've got so many answers. I'm just waiting for something to happen. so I can share all the answers with you. Isn't that crazy? Huh? Isn't that crazy? Uh, Chuck says, I have no answers, but I do know there are always two sides to every story, and I don't make up my mind till I've heard both. That's it. See, I'm one where if I only hear one side of a story, I really don't have an opinion on it. I don't have no opinion on it. And they go, well, what's your opinion? Well, I don't have an opinion right now. Well, you heard the story. And right now, my opinion is that I don't have an opinion because I'd like to hear a second witness. I call them second witnesses to everything. I want a second witness to something that's been told to me because just hearing it once doesn't make it true, doesn't make it right. Um, I da, 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 da. Um, uh, um, oh yeah, yeah, John's life, yeah, John's life. If the topic is firearms, John's life's right on top of it. And what you're saying, John's life, is so absolutely true. My father was the chief of police of our little community when I was growing up. He was the chief of police there for 16 years straight, and all him and his officers ever carried were 38s. And they did have a few occasions that they had to put them to service, and that's it. Is I mean, they were so common, they were inexpensive, and they were effective. Nowadays, officers got a little different stuff to deal with. I can understand some beefing up of certain arms, but for their service arm, sidearm, I still think a 38 would do the job. The My pop carried a 38, but he also, on the heavy, busy weekends, would carry his 357. You know, but all the answers, all the answers with no experience. The biggest one is medical, guys. Hang on tight. Don't ever suggest on this platform, any social platform, don't ever suggest that, oh, I got a sniffle. Oh my God. All the doctors come out of the woodwork. Oh, it hurts when I do this. Oh, here come the doctors out of the woodwork. Don't ever say, my doctor told me. Whoa, here comes all of these medical specialists out of the woodwork. And they're going to critique your doctor. Who the hell are these people? Who are they? I had somebody, and they were Facebook messaging me, and they're telling me everything about diabetes. And they're telling me where I'm wrong about diabetes and where my doctor's wrong about diabetes. And I got it all wrong about diabetes. And I'm talking 20 or 30 messages. I couldn't keep up with it. Finally, I said, okay, I'm going to respond to them. Big, long response. And I explained to him I've been diabetic for 30 years. 30 years. You don't think I understand it? I've been experiencing it every hour of every day for 30 years. And they're telling me how it is, right? I said, I I don't need your answers about diabetes. Thank you very much. They messaged me back and they said, you really need to listen to me, Sty. I'm concerned about you and your health. And these are things you need to know. You're not diabetic for 30 years and not know anything, right? So I responded back to him and I said, I truly do appreciate your concern. And I said, but I never knew that you were a doctor. Well, they responded and they said, I am concerned. But, oh, and by the way, I'm not a doctor. So I responded back and said, oh, then you must be like a nurse practitioner or a nurse at least, right? Well, the response was a simple no. I have never heard back from them again because they knew if they said another word, they were going to hear it. Who in the hell are you to have the answers? Answers, bad answers in the wrong hands can be very damaging. Now, if I was a new diabetic, just diagnosed, I'm just trying to learn what life as a diabetic is going to be. And that goofball got a hold of me and I started following their answers. I would have been hospitalized in a flash, if not worse. Because they didn't know. They didn't know. They're giving me quotes off of websites that have nothing to do with health or medications or anything. It's not a diabetic based website. It's just somebody's comment in some conversation on a website that has nothing to do with any of the topic. It's just a comment. But they pull that out and say, see, that person knows. You got to this, and this. Just because that person said it doesn't make it so. And this person was selling this bill of goods as he knows he's got all the answers. I haven't heard from him since. Thank the good Lord. I don't think I could have survived it. I can survive diabetes. I can't survive this guy. Yeah, because he's got all the answers. I can't believe I'm stiff. Day before yesterday, I went out to camp. I had someone tell me, there's no way you can use Starlink out there. Not with that forest and everything. There's no way. They said, I guarantee you, you're going to find out. You're going to spend all that money on Starlink. You're going to get out there, set it up, and you're not going to be able to get a signal. I called Starlink up and I said, I want to know, what is my window of opportunity to catch your satellites out at that location? They sent it to me. So I took a trip down there. I got to my campsite. This guy with all the answers, guess what? He was very wrong. I was thrilled, man. I was just tickled. I get in my campsite and I'm walking around with the compass. I'm looking. There's a big stump. The base is almost 3 feet across. It's big enough for the platform for my Starlink dish to sit on. I stood on that stump and I shot myself that window that they said I have to have. A big, huge blue hole right there. No trees, nothing. The angle is perfect. All the space in the world. clear, open shot from my campsite. I ran into Mr. Know-It-All at the Quick Trip gas station yesterday. And he goes, yep, the best you're gonna do is Verizon to do any kind of internet stuff down there. I said, I just came from there yesterday. I went down there yesterday. And he goes, so you found out, didn't you? I told you. I know. I said, you don't know shit. I said, I got a perfect spot to catch the Starlink satellites in. I couldn't have asked for a better spot. And I went through that whole campground and checked all the other campsites. None of them have that open view of the southern sky. I said, no, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So there you go. Somebody had all of the answers. I've got the experience. I went to the site. I shot the direction that satellite's got, and I got the right angle, degree of angle that it's going to be looking at. It's wide open. So from experience, I got the answers. He doesn't, but he believes. He argued with me yesterday and said, I don't know what you did down there, but you did it wrong. You're not, there's no way. There's no way. Well, I did exactly what Starlink told me to do, and it turned out exactly the way Starlink said it needs to be. So even though he's standing his ground and he's got the answers, again, no experience, but he's got all the answers. So, folks, it's best to just be honest with people. I like to tell people, people come to me and they'll say, hey, Sty, maybe you can help me out. I got this issue, blah, 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 blah. If I haven't experienced anything of that sort, I say, you know, I wish I could help you out, but I can't because I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any answers for that. If I talk to anybody that might know, if they say they've got experience in that, I'll put them on to you. But that's the best I can do. All I can do is be here for you and support you, but you'll have to get your answers somewhere else. Because there's nothing wrong with not knowing. Not knowing. I'm 64 years old, and then I don't know 1% of what a person could know if you lived long enough to go out and experience it all. Now, I feel I know a lot. I don't know it all. I sure don't. But I know a lot, and that's only because of the way I lived my life. And that was as a freebird, and I tried to experience anything and everything I possibly could in a lifetime. So I got a little bit of knowledge about a lot of things, but not a lot. There's a lot of knowledge I don't have because I never experienced it. So there you go, guys. There's the topic for today. We're at the end of the show. I want to thank everybody out there, all the folks over in the chat that have been chatting, all you folks that showed up. It's been great. It's been great. It's been a fun topic. Hey, I look forward to our next visit Wednesday night, guys, 5 p.m. Central Time. Hope to see you here on Sty Times. Now watch the end. You'll know what the topic for next week is, hey? Or next week, next Wednesday. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.